Out where I live, we do not have birch bark. For those that don't know what birch bark is of course the bark you take off of a birch tree, right? But it's loaded with oils and it's great for fire starting. But again, we don't have that out here. But what we do have are these type of pines, all different type of pines. But what they have is sap. Now sap acts in a similar manner to help fire starting. It's kind of an accelerant, so it's hard to light it on fire. I mean, you can do it, especially with a lighter, but I use it more as an accelerant than anything else. So you just got to find it on these trees. You got to collect it. Right now, all I'm using is a piece of an old aspen tree that had died. So I'm just using that to collect it in, just like a little bowl. And then we'll go back and show you how it works as far as adding it with some natural tinder. So that's about what I picked up. Not a whole lot, but that should be enough to give you an idea. Alright, here's what we're going to be playing with. We're just going to have kind of a fun experimentation with it, and doing so you'll kind of see how this, the resin or the pitch or the sap, whatever you want to call it, works. Now, if I haven't said this before, we are up here camping with my family and some friends, so you'll probably hear some background noise and all that kind of stuff, so we'll do the best we can. So this is a cotton ball filled with Vaseline. Of course, this is the pine that I picked. And we're just going to kind of use two different mediums, flint and steel, and the, what do you call this, a lighter? Jeez, it's been a long day already. And the lighter also will serve as, you know, it's going to be the same as a match as far as this kind of fun little experiment goes. But with the flint and steel, you can see how fast that cotton ball stuff will work. I mean, that stuff just goes up like no other. Now, the pitch, oops, make sure I'm still in frame here. The pitch, okay, the pitch isn't really going to do that. What the pitch is going to do, as I catch this whole thing on fire, let me move this out of the way. Look at that, that cotton ball Vaseline is still going. Okay, what this pitch is going to do is it's going to more melt. Like I said, it's going to be more of a natural accelerant for the fire instead of reacting how the Vaseline and cotton. So I'm going to get this in frame here. So now we've got a lighter. Hopefully the lighter works, and this is why I always carry a flint and steel. This is a cheap lighter, but nevertheless, lighters will fail. Okay, so here we are. It's just a little piece of that pitch. I think you can see that starting to bubble on screen. Okay, so now it's lit. So what that's going to do is that kind of melts, and that just goes all over. So when you get a fire started, that cotton ball's still going. When you get a fire started, again, this isn't going to be your major fire starting tool, at least for me. What that's going to do is just help get things going with the rest of your stuff. But you can obviously see that it's flammable. So let me start a little fire here and I'll show you what I do. Okay, here's the little shavings that I started. I put some of the pine just kind of inside. You can see a piece here, piece right here, got another piece here. So that'll just add as kind of a little kickstart to help it. So let's see if we can't get this thing started. So wanting to. Okay, there we go. So I'll just throw some of that pitch in there, and I'll just take some of this really small stuff, start building it up. While I'm being bugged by these bugs, and my son is over there as well, and they're getting eaten by flies, my son and his friend.
Don't shine the camera at us.
Oh, I'm still making my fire, bud. So there you go, there's a fire. So that's at a pretty good sustainable stage as far as, not sustainable per se, but it's a good start to the fire. So there you go, kind of a fun way to do it. Just take some time, that's why I prefer my cotton ball and Vaseline, but this just shows you another method. And I do like coming up and trying different methods, practicing those different methods, and just in case you need it someday. And it's just fun.